So when it comes to cameras, there are many options out there. And for a lot of people, when they're thinking about cameras, they're thinking about something like this, something that's a bigger camera. Like right now I'm using the Panasonic S5 IIX full frame camera, but there's also smaller cameras like this one right here. This is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, arguably the most popular vlogging camera out there. And today I just want to show you a general, real simple difference between using a big camera and using a smaller camera, and which one I think works better, especially for vlogging and travel videos. Now, I will come out and say that when it comes to just overall features and quality, the big cameras are almost always going to win, especially when you consider all the lens options that it has. You could get the type of look that you want at the highest quality possible. However, with a camera like the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, it offers so many features that I think a lot of creators will enjoy, while not really limiting to you to just having very basic features. And the overall quality on this camera is surprisingly good, and it also allows you the option to shoot this in D-Log, so that's more of the flat profile, so you can do some additional color correction. And so that is like the general thing. If you want the best quality possible and also the most features, typically you're going to use a bigger camera. However, you're really not going to be lacking, especially if you're shooting these type of videos, if you are a creator. And the second really obvious thing is, of course, the size. So if you're looking at a big camera, especially if you're adding lenses, yeah, it's going to be a lot bigger and most importantly a lot heavier versus something like the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is absolutely unmatched when it comes to the overall size and weight, especially if you're doing these type of videos, vlogging videos, and especially if you are traveling. So that was one of the biggest challenges that I had whenever I was traveling, especially traveling internationally, where there are definitely going to be weight issues. I was trying to decide which camera to bring, and initially when I traveled, I just took the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 as my only camera, and honestly I was not disappointed, and I was really surprised how much I didn't really need a big camera, to be honest with you. But then on my second international trip, I took my larger camera with me as well, and even though I absolutely love having my Panasonic S5 IIX, I honestly didn't use it as much as my Osmo Pocket 3. I would say like 90% of the times if I need to go out shoot videos, I'm going to be using my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 for the simple fact that it's going to be a lot smaller and lighter. And if you're shooting these type of videos where you're vlogging, having a large camera, especially a full frame camera, gets super heavy. And so when it comes to size and weight, the Osmo Pocket 3 is simply unbeatable compared to these larger cameras. So here's a really important feature for me, and that is stabilization. Now, Panasonic cameras typically have the best stabilization when it comes to full frame cameras, but the difference is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is actually a camera on a gimbal, and so overall you will get better stabilization out of the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, but the Panasonic cameras is still best in class. And if you compare these two, I think the overall stabilization is going to be great on both cameras. It's just that if you're going to have a lot of movement, the Osmo Pocket 3 is still going to be better when it comes to that, because it is a gimbal with a camera attached. And so if you're worried about stabilization with either one of these, I think you're not going to have to worry a lot. But if you want the best overall stabilization, then the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 wins. And so the last major thing, and this might be the most important thing for a lot of people, is of course the price. Now, when it comes to price, it does vary depending upon where you live, but in general, you are going to pay more to get a big camera along with lenses. However, like I said, it really depends on where you're at and what type of sales that they're running. So at the time of this video, if you wanted the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, if you just wanted the camera by itself, I've seen prices for around $500 US. And then if you wanted the Creator Combo Kit, I'm seeing prices from $800 to $1,000, which is quite a lot. Now, whenever I did buy the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 originally at the Creator Combo Kit, I was able to get it for around $700 plus US, which is pretty good. Whereas my Panasonic S5 IIX, right now for the body and a lens, it's around $2,500 US, which is more, but considering everything you're getting, that is a really great value. So I think if you wanted just one camera, and you wanted to use it also in professional environments and stuff, then you're probably better off looking at a larger camera. However, if you just wanted an all-in-one creator camera that you could bring around, then I really feel you should look at the Osmo Pocket 3, especially the creator combo kit if it is on sale. And so overall, I kind of want to say for pricing, just look at what you're going to use it for and your needs in the long term, and that's going to determine which one is going to be a better value for you overall. Okay, so now that you've seen the differences and similarities between these two cameras, which camera is the only one that I would take with me if I could only choose one camera? Well, for me, it's going to be the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. As much as I absolutely love the Panasonic S5 IIX, if you are traveling, especially internationally, size and weight makes a huge difference. And at the same time, you're getting pretty much all the features that you would need with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 with still great overall image quality for video. And so those are my thoughts on these two cameras. If you actually wanted to support my channel and get either one of these, I will leave affiliate links in the description area below. And if you did want to see my initial reviews on these cameras, I'll leave those in the description area below as well. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you on another episode.